Elections of November, very few, confined to particular areas. Of course, to start with, schools are a no-go zone in terms of campaign infrastructure. But you can see how IEBC has been able to ensure that the election day is after the exam. So meaning that most of the polling stations, which are schools, can now be used for the elections, because by that time all the examinations will have been completed. What we only want to protect the students is from disruptions of political activities. And since candidates, as per the law, are required to work with IBC on their campaign program, including their campaign meetings, we just want to, IBC will have to help us work out that campaign schedule in such a way that it will be, the meetings and barazas will be far away from education institutions, so that they don't disrupt schools and students who are preparing for the exam. And then you can be number two now. Yeah.
Question number two. You are a career lawyer, CS. Does it bother you that young youth who are protesting also want to be
Yeah, there is no, crime doesn't have a person. It doesn't have age, it doesn't have tribe, it doesn't have career. What we do, and we want to insist the National Police Service to do, is not to look at the age of the person who has committed the crime, but to charge them for what they have done. So any person who was involved in burning police stations, burning government institutions, burning people's businesses, and so forth, will be charged for terror, because that is what the law states, and we will make sure that the prosecution takes as serious as possible, and we hope that we can get a number of convictions for terrorism. To be an example to all those who are messing up with protests and as defined in Article 37 of the Constitution, is supposed to be peaceful, is supposed to be passing a particular message. There is no exercise of this freedom of expression is not meant to hurt people. There is nowhere written that you are a peaceful protester if you are burning somebody's property, causing violence, throwing stones, beating people. So if you do those things, you are not a protester. You are actually not protected by the law. It is you who is a danger to others, and you must protect others from yourself. So we want to encourage everybody, regardless of their age, political affiliations, tribe, religion, to follow the law. Last.
Yes, my name is Christian. My question is, sometimes back we also received some reports from section of rhetoric that is out where there was an emerging criminal gang, but apparently the security team for this reason dealt with it. And my question is, what's the security team doing probably to ensure that they tame emergence of criminal gangs, not just within Kisii County, but also see themselves in custody?
I think a lot of good work is being done by security teams across the country. As I explained when I was in Western, there are too many criminal gangs operating in the western part of the country, for example. 42 brothers, 47 brothers, 18 brothers, jobless squad. Here we had Sungu. You have also 24 brothers here. And if you investigate, there was also Panya Nyeusi, was it? Yeah, Panya Nyeusi in Murkomen and other places. All these gangs are being dismantled by the security teams across, and I'm happy with the work that the security team is doing. We have Sungu here, Chigororo, the other one was Amachuma, and so forth. And sometimes they hide, behind different formations. But I'm happy with the work that the security team is doing. Sometimes they need support from the headquarters to make sure that we dismantle these criminal gangs. I I think that by the end of our JIPA, which will be in another 2 weeks, we will have compiled the strategies that we put in place, and perhaps we will need some kind of a strategy at the DCI headquarters on how to deal with the emergence of gangs all over. I know, of course, the most difficult challenge faced by National Police Service in dealing with gangs is in Nairobi and its environment. But eventually I will be addressing the nation towards the end of this year on the number of things we've done and what we plan to do going forward on this issue. But in the meantime, I'm happy with the interventions. Every time we have had discussion with the National Police Service and the security teams on the ground, very good interventions have been put in place and they are bearing fruit. We just need to deal with the ringleaders to make sure that the place is sorted. The last gentleman there. Unless there is another banning, but this last.
My name is Murkomen from KBC. My question is, yesterday an officer commanding station in Migori appeared heavily intoxicated in a meeting. Many people are wondering, of course there are speculations, it could have been sad, I don't know, predicted, I have no idea. People are wondering, what is the fate of that OCS? Is it also linked to the welfare of police? Mental health issues, and how is that supposed to be regulated?
Well, it was unfortunate that the OCS came to the meeting yesterday drunk. I don't think that it's very normal for someone to come all the way from Timaru all to the headquarters for a discussion with the Cabinet Secretary and Inspector General of Police and come drunk and sit in front. It is not normal. So it means there must be some problem with the officer, and as I have announced many times, the procedure is to first assess the mental health of the officer, to do the necessary medical tests, and then of course follow the history of the officer. Some cases are just indiscipline. Yeah? It may not have reached a level of addiction. Where it's in discipline, the disciplinary procedures will take place. The assessment is currently ongoing. The officer was taken for tests in the hospital, and if it's a mental health problem, it will be handled also as a mental health challenge. Of course, that requires some level of reorganization to ensure that the officer cannot, to get another officer to do the commanding work, and maybe redeployment of that officer after rehabilitation to perform other responsibilities. But we have, the National Police Service puts a human face to these issues. But this is not an excuse for police officers to come to work drunk. This is only if we establish that the officer has reached a stage where it's a mental health problem. But if it was just, drunk for the sake of it, for whatever reasons, then of course the disciplinary processes will take effect, and the relevant disciplinary measures will be taken by the National Police Service, which exercises independent authority on disciplinary issues. Unfortunately, the Office of the Cabinet Secretary does not have powers to discipline a police officer, and it's for good reason. The procedure will be followed accordingly as per the law. Thank you, sir.